This isn't the kind of story I ever imagined I'd tell, but it changed everything. Me, her, us. Nadia and I had been a couple for nearly 3 years. We lived under the same roof, split expenses, talked about our future. Pretty much everything you expect from a committed relationship. We had our flaws like any couple, but I honestly believe we were solid. Then one evening, completely out of the blue, she said something that still echoes in my head. It was just an ordinary Tuesday. We were at home, sipping wine and watching a movie, nothing out of the ordinary. Between conversations about work and what we'd do for dinner the next night, she suddenly turned to me and asked, "Can I ask you something without you getting upset?" I nodded, not thinking much of it. She paused nervously, biting her lip, and then said it. "What would you say if I asked for a one-night pass with someone else?" I froze. At first, I thought it was some kind of joke. I waited for the punchline, the laugh, the just kidding, but she was serious, dead serious. Before I could react, she rushed to explain. "It's not that I'm unhappy. I love you. I really do. I've never been with anyone else." Not seriously. Sometimes I wonder what it would be like. Just one time, no feelings, no strings, just to get out of my system. I remember sitting there, heart pounding, trying to make sense of what she had just said. I didn't shout. I didn't even raise my voice. I just stared at her and asked, "You want to be okay with that?" She nodded slowly. "Yes," she whispered, her voice shaking. It was like she knew it was wrong, but hoped I'd somehow give her a pass. So I said, "Fine, I'll agree on one condition." Her eyes lifted, suddenly hopeful. "Let me have one night with your best friend." Her face went blank. At first, she let out an uneasy laugh, thinking I was messing around, but then she saw I wasn't smiling, that I was completely serious. That's when the panic set in. "You're not actually serious," she said, voice rising. "I'm absolutely serious," I replied calmly. "If you're asking for something selfish and physical, then it's only fair that I get the same." It hit her like a truck. The thought of me with her best friend, someone she confided in, trusted, shared her weekends with. Suddenly, it wasn't a harmless idea anymore. It was real, and it hurt. She broke down. "You're just trying to hurt me." "No," I said. "I just wanted you to see it from where I'm standing, because that's exactly how I felt the moment you asked me." She didn't say another word. She grabbed her bag, stormed out, and slammed the door behind her. I didn't chase her. I didn't call. I sat there, surrounded by silence. But I wasn't angry, just hollow, like something I thought was unshakable had suddenly split wide open. The next day, nothing. The day after, still nothing. Then, on the third night, around 8 p.m., there was a knock on my door. It was her. She looked like hell, messy hair, puffy red eyes. She was clutching her phone, but she wasn't scrolling or texting. She just stood there and asked quietly, "Can we talk?" I opened the door, said nothing, and let her in. We sat down in silence. I waited. Her hands were trembling as she began. "I was wrong," she said. "The second you turned around on me, I felt sick. I pictured you with her, and I broke down. I cried all night. Couldn't eat. That's when I finally got it. That's what I made you feel when I said it." She paused, eyes full of regret. I didn't realize how selfish I was being, but I do now, and I'm sorry. I truly am. I let the silence linger a little longer before I responded. "Good," I said. "That was the point. It wasn't about payback. It was about giving you perspective." She nodded, wiping away tears. And then I said something I hadn't planned to. "We're okay. But if you ever bring up something like that again, we're done. No second chances." Again, she nodded. No justifications. No excuses. Just raw honesty. It's been months since that night. We're still together. Maybe even stronger now, but definitely changed. That moment rewired the way we talk to each other, how we respect each other's boundaries, and how cautious we are with one another's emotions. People always say honesty is key in a relationship, and I agree. But honesty isn't an excuse to blur lines or test limits. Sometimes people mistake curiosity for openness, and they only see the difference when the roles are reversed. That night, she saw the difference. And that night, I learned that silence can say more than 1,000 shouted words ever could.